Choose the right path for your real estate needs. Locally owned Mountain Path Properties LLC in Arthurdale. We provide full real estate services to all of North Central West Virginia. Our professional realtors are equipped to provide clients with the highest standard of service in the industry, and we value the opportunity to assist our neighbors and friends in buying, selling, leasing, or managing all types of property. Mountain Path Properties will even represent the buyer at no cost in any transaction, no matter which real estate company the property is listed with. So, don't just call a number on a sign. Call Mountain Path Properties and get a professional realtor that will work for you. Oh, and if you're thinking of selling your home, call us for a free market analysis to help determine the value of your property today.
Whether your little one has an earache or you simply have a sinus infection, it's urgent that you get the care you need fast. That's why they call them urgent care facilities and not drive 45 minutes to an out-of-area hospital facilities. Fortunately, Preston Memorial Hospital now has an urgent care facility that's open 7 days a week, so all Preston residents can get the immediate attention they need and get better as quickly as possible. Preston Memorial Hospital Urgent Care at the Route 7 Kingwood Pike intersection.
Hi, Kent with Delano's Furniture Mattress. For over 40 years, our family has been supplying Preston, Mon, and Garrett County with the finest in home stuff. Hi, Kent with Delano's Furniture Mattress. For over 40 years, we've been selling stuff to people, and we...
What he's trying to say is this. Come in and experience the Delano's difference for yourself. Best quality at the lowest price, guaranteed. 2 locations, one in Terre Haute and our showroom in Reidsville. Was that difficult?
What? What do you think you're doing now? I'm going to play soccer. With who? With them. Hi, Buck, you need to put my winter treads on, change my brakes, and change my oil. We have to get to the Preston High soccer game tonight.
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, into the Castlewood Preston High for more basketball action. Regular season's all done, and it's the only game in town owing to the weather around North Central West Virginia that we know of. AAA high school basketball playoff time is here, folks. Region 1, Section 2 basketball. The first round pits Preston against University High, and the Knights, being the higher seed, get to host the contest. So it's not quite a home game. I know we're supposed to treat this as a neutral court, but there's a certain advantage when you have the home crowd behind you. And hopefully the Knights have a nice crowd filling in here tonight. And I know there are quite a few folks coming up here to cheer University High on. Steve Blake and Terry Cochran here, ready to get this one underway. And before we do, talk just a little bit about 2 pretty good AAA basketball teams that know each other quite well.
University High has played fairly well through most of the season, talking to Coach Joey Smittle. They just lacked in the consistency all year long. They just were up and down. One game they'd be good, next game not so good. They'd have guys that could light it up from the three-point line, which they did against us the first time around, and then they would be cold for 2 or 3 games. So that's the only thing that worries Coach Smittle tonight is whether or not he'll come out with a consistent team.
And you know, Terry, it's Joe Smittle's first year at the helm at University High, so new coach, new program. He's got to get these kids to buy in. He got off to a great start early when he beat Preston High in the first game of the season, and he made believers out of the core group that he really needed to build his team around. That actually, I think, that early win got them off to the kind of start that meant they were going to have a better season than they probably would have had if they'd taken a shellacking at the hands of the Knights. For Preston, it's been a great, great season. In spite of the weather and all the delays and all the reschedules, the Knights have managed to hold it together and I think come to a peak and get into good form at just the right time. We've had 2 great games to finish the regular season, down at Lincoln and then here against Bridgeport High. And Both of those squads, very, very good teams in anybody's right. Lincoln, about a year away from being, I think, maybe a great AA team. Bridgeport, always good at what they do, and they came in here stinging a little bit from one loss against our old buddy Dave Retton down at Fairmont Senior. They split a pair of games with Fairmont Senior, and that was just their first loss of the season. Came in at 17-1. The Knights able to handle them, pull off a 72-69 victory, and it was a sweet, sweet victory to end the regular season and get the Knights ready for postseason play. And this is the time of year that Coach Barry Sanders loves the most. You know, he plays the regular season as a warm-up to this. These are the games that really count as far as he's concerned, and as far as this team is concerned, he's drilling that into them from about mid-season on, that what really matters is getting ready, and the first step is tonight. You win, you play on. You lose, your season's over. You turn in the unis and find something else to do for the rest of the school year. These guys are too good a team to waste such a beautiful season on a loss tonight. Take nothing away from University High, but I look for Preston to come in here fired up, try to dominate early, and if they can do that and get off to a good start, I think they can hold University High off no matter how motivated they might be to come in here and get an upset victory.
University High's bigs just a little bit undersized compared to Preston, but where they can do the damage is on the outside. Tyler Hart and Burnett last time here in the Castle combined for 7 threes during that game. So we know that from the first game we watched them play down the first game of the season. If they're on from the outside, they will burn you. So you have to play defense very strong on them on the perimeter.
And you can bet Coach Joe Schmidl knows that Barry Sanders is going to pack back in that zone, and he's going to dare University High to take those shots early from beyond the arc and make them prove that they can hit. If they can't hit, he's going to keep Preston back in the zone, stay in there, try to deny the paint, deny the basket to them, nothing in close, and one and done and go back down the floor. We're just about ready to get things started out here on the court. And we'll go to the floor for our national anthem and the introduction of both full squads here right after this.
Sportsmanship. Sportsmanship is one of the strongest educational lessons and lifetime values taught by interscholastic.
Hi, Kent with Delano's Furniture Mattress. For over 40 years, our family has been supplying Preston, Mon, and Garrett County with the finest in home stuff. Hi, Kent with Delano's Furniture Mattress. For 40 years, we've been selling stuff to people, and we...
What he's trying to say is this. Come in and experience the Delano's difference for yourself. Best quality at the lowest price, guaranteed. 2 locations, one in Terre Haute and our showroom in Reedsville. Was that difficult?
What? What do you think you're doing now? I'm going to play soccer. With who? With them.
Hi, Doc.
Buck, you need to put my winter treads on, change my brakes, and change my oil. We have to get to the Preston High soccer game tonight.
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
Back here in the Castle where the Hawks and the Knights are ready for Region 1, Section 2 play. Let's go to the floor for our national anthem.
Can you see what a dancer we light? What so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and rockets rocked the bursting
right, we're going to run down the University High players as they are coming out on the floor right now. They got Ryan McCord, Brady Winge, Owen Lillard, Holton Summers, Ryan Hogan, Caleb Jennings, Jeff Hamperian will start tonight. Tanner Burnett, Jeremy Eccles, starter. Tyler Hart starting tonight. B.J. Warner starting tonight. Tanner Molinar and starting Ethan Ridgway. Out come the Knights.
Preston, by virtue of the higher seed in the white and black trim home unis, so it has very much the feel of a home game here.
Brandon Black, Jared Ringer, Spencer Lively, Matt Vero, and Casey Murray out on the floor starting for Preston tonight, along with Spencer Murphy, C.J. Lansbury, Joseph Boyle, Scott Stone, Cordell Peasley, Jake Livengood, and Colton Stover.
And it's good to see Spencer Murphy with the warm-ups off and the uni back on, and he may get some playing time in here tonight. He's been hampered a little bit by injury the last couple of games of the regular season. And as we peek into the night huddle, I know he'd like nothing better than to go out there and spell Casey Murray at some point, get some time in back on the court.
Castle Crazies fired up, ready to go.
Yes, indeed they are. They've taken over their usual place here in the Castle, playoff game or not. They're ready to rock it.
Hamperian tipping off against Vero. Vero not allowed to grab that. When it comes back down, they'll re-jump. Hamperian gets the tip, and University High will have possession at the start of the contest. Ridgway with it out front, gets it over. Hamperian down to Ridgway. Working the outside of the perimeter. Tyler Hart with the ball. Looks down low, finds Hamperian underneath, misses the layup. Tipped out of bounds by the Knights. UHS to retain possession.
Nat Vero couldn't quite find the handle on that ball. The fact that the Knights let University get that ball down low in the paint early has Barry Sanders up off the bench.
Hawks patiently working the ball. Trying to find an opening down low. Vero shutting everything down in the paint. University being very patient. Now a drive by Ridgway all the way in, lays it up for two. First 2 points of the ball game, Ethan Ridgway.
Terry, that comes at the 6:57 mark, first quarter action. If you're just tuning in, we're just getting it underway here. Region 1, Section 2.
Brandon Black finds the silk right at the start for his first three-pointer. Ridgway working hard out front. Knights in a 2-3 matchup zone. B.J. Warner with the ball. He's guarded closely by Ringer. Tyler Hart with it. He looks down on the baseline. Nothing there. Back out front to Ridgway. Hart with it, gets it inside to Jeremy Eccles. Eccles in for two.
Nice job using the glass by Eccles that time with the little one-hander, nice and soft.
Over to Ringer. Ringer almost took a shot, thought better of it, got it down to Lively. Lively kicks it back out to Black. Back down to Lively, finds Ringer on the far side. He lets it go, boom! Big three-point shot by Jared Ringer. Puts the Knights up 6-4 at the 5:30 mark in the first period. Ridgway out front, sets the offense for University High. Finds Warner. Warner back over to Eccles, to Hart. Eccles sets a ball screen. Hamperian takes a long three off the mark. Rebound, Spencer Lively. And up come the Knights. Looks cross court to Casey Murray. Out front, Lively takes a shot from the three-point line. Nothing there. Gets a rebound by Vero. They find Lively cutting down the paint, and he shuffles his feet, and they're going to call a travel.
Disappointment for the Knights. They had a good second chance opportunity that time, and they're going to need to work that a little slicker. Impressive how patient University High is being here in the early going. This is a young group not well known for being a very patient and well-disciplined offense.
Out front, University High. Eccles with it, gets the ball stolen. Here comes Black. Leads the fast break to Casey Murray, lays it up on the board and gets fouled. Personal foul called on Hamperian. That's his first personal. First team foul of the ball game. Puts Murray to the line.
Comes at the 4:10 mark. We're nearing the midpoint of period number 1. And Murray goes to the line and calmly drops the first one in.
Second shot off the mark. Here comes University High into the front court. Long three-point shot off the mark, but Eccles rebounds it. They're fighting for the ball underneath. And Brandon Black with quick hands gets the steal. And down to Ringer. Ringer's going to let it go from long distance. Rattles around the rim and falls in.
That's not your typical Jared Ringer basket, but it's enough to get University High to call a timeout. Coach Joe Schmidl wants no more of that action. And Preston with a 10-4 advantage and 3:43 to go in the quarter. Not quite firing on all cylinders, but doing a pretty good job at what they do best.
That was nice recognition by Brandon Black that time to find Jared Ringer wide open on the side. And he rattled it around the rim and let it drop through the silk.
Yeah, Ringer was a little hurried on that shot. He normally likes to post up and find his spot, just relax and take that deep breath before he lets the ball go. No time to do that there, but he was on the mark nonetheless.
3:43 remaining in the first period. 10-4. Our Knights up on top of the University High Hawks. Nice crowd on hand as the seats are filling up quickly with this bad weather outside. Very impressed with the crowd here tonight.
Yeah, this literally the only game in town. There's a lot of contests called off due to the impending winter storm warnings. Hey, we'll shovel to play basketball in Preston County if we have to. Not that it's going to come to that.
Drive all the way into the rim. Hart lays it up. Bump just a little bit, but no call. Comes back out to the Knights. Here's Brandon Black for three. He misses. Rebound by Tanner Molinar. Runs it into the front court. Down to Eccles. Eccles looks for Tyler Hart on the baseline. And we're going to get a call on the floor against Matt Vero. That's Matt's first personal. First team foul for the Knights. That comes at the 3:02 mark here in the first period. Castle Crazies on the far side. Really giving University High a hard time when the ball's down on that end of the court. Into the lane. Vero cleans up the rebound. Shot that time by Warner. Bounces off the back iron. Out to the Knights. Ringer switches sides. Now Murray on the far side of the floor. Ringer bounces to the near side. Back out front to Black. Black looks in at Vero. Nothing there. Patient. Just moving the ball around the outside. Now they get it to Lively. Lively back out to Black. Trying to get a look. Casey Murray gets the ball stolen from him. And a run out down the other end. They missed the shot. Cleanup by Ethan Ridgway, and he puts it back up for two.
And Ridgway was in there amongst the trees. Not a very big guy, but he was able to time that just right and get the second chance at putting points on the board for the Hawks.
Knights working patiently, trying to find an inlet into Spencer Lively. Get it to him down on the baseline. Vero cuts down into the paint. Nothing there. They set it back up. 1:25 remaining in the quarter. Back out to Black. Ringer takes a look. Over to Murray. Murray's going to drive. Back out to Ringer. Knights being very, very patient. Ringer's going to let one fly. Off the mark, no good. Vero tried for the rebound, wasn't there. Here comes Eccles into the front court for UHS. And a steal by the Knights. Brandon Black brings it down and gets the ball stripped from him. No call. Now there's a scramble on the floor. And we're going to get a walking call against University High. I don't believe anybody had possession. Do you, Steve?
No, that was quite a scrum down there. The biggest advantage out of that for anybody was with the stop and play. Spencer Murphy has a chance to get back on the court. He was setting for almost a full minute at the scorer's table there, just trying to get in the contest.
It's good to see Spencer back in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, Murphy and Vero down on the baseline there. And Casey Murray will take a breather as Murphy gets back on the horse here after an extended absence.
17 seconds remaining in the quarter. Now they're going to start to work. Over to Black. Black looks at Ringer. Ringer into Murphy. Murphy finds Lively. Lively drives it all the way into the paint, lays it up on the glass for two. Back down the other way. Last second shot off the mark by B.J. Warner, and that will end the quarter.
Yeah, the Hawks having a little bit of trouble finding the range. That's allowing Preston to be patient, take good shots, and although the Knights have missed a few, they've got the touch where they've needed it. Again, doing what they know how to do best, and they stretch out to a 12-6 lead. We're going to take a quick break here and be right back for the start of second quarter action. You're watching AAA High School Basketball, Region 1, Section 2, Game 1 underway here in the Castle.
Choose the right path for your real estate needs. Locally owned Mountain Path Properties, LLC in Arthurdale. We provide full real estate services to all of North Central West Virginia. Our professional realtors are equipped to provide clients with the highest standard of service in the industry, and we value the opportunity to assist our neighbors and friends in buying, selling, leasing, or managing all types of property. Mountain Path Properties will even represent the buyer at no cost in any transaction, no matter which real estate company the property is listed with. So, don't just call a number on a sign. Call Mountain Path Properties and get a professional realtor that will work for you. Oh, and if you're thinking of selling your home, call us for a free market analysis to help determine the value of your property today.
Whether your little one has an earache or you simply have a sinus infection, it's urgent that you get the care you need fast. That's why they call them urgent care facilities and not drive 45 minutes to an out-of-area hospital facilities. Fortunately, Preston Memorial Hospital now has an urgent care facility that's open 7 days a week, so all Preston residents can get the immediate attention they need and get better as quickly as possible. Preston Memorial Hospital Urgent Care, at the Route 7 Kingwood Pike intersection.
Hi, Kent with Delano's Furniture Mattress. For over 40 years, our family has been supplying Preston, Mon, and Garrett County with the finest in home stuff. Hi, Kent with Delano's Furniture Mattress. For over 40 years, we've been selling stuff to people, and we...
What he's trying to say is this. Come in and experience the Delano's difference for yourself. Best quality at the lowest price, guaranteed. 2 locations, one in Terre Haute and our showroom in Reedsville. Was that difficult?
Hut 1, Hut 2, Hut 3.
Buck! What do you think you're doing?
I'm just trying to teach these ladies how to play football,
You leave those girls alone and get back to work.
but they want to play.
Hi, Buck. You better get in there and get my winter treads on and check my brakes and change the oil. We have to get to the Preston High football game, you fool.
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
Talk to people who've gotten their collision damage repaired at MCR. They'll tell you their vehicle comes back looking like new. MCR has been making cars and trucks look like new for nearly 30 years now. It's because they do it so well. Whether it's taking care of those little dents and dings or complete collision repair, MCR is the place to call. The number's 329-3033. MCR Collision in Albright. Your car or truck will look like
Sherry's Boutique and Consignment has something for everyone from fashion to furniture, merchandise from new to gently used, clothing for everyone from non-designer to designer fashion such as Nikki, Polo, Miss Me Jeans, Justice, Michael Kors, and many more. Also a great selection of designer gowns, prom dresses, shoes, and handbags. Everything at least 50 to 75% off retail. Come to Sherry's Boutique and Consignment Tuesday through Friday, and also Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Or call 304-864-1070.
When you visit Scott Ford and Schaefer GMC, you're liable to see people from Pennsylvania, other parts of West Virginia, as well as Maryland. And that's because the word is out. Scott Ford not only has a huge selection, makes your best deal, but has great service after the sale. It's as simple as that. When you're looking for a new or used car, truck, or SUV, make it Scott Ford, Schaefer GMC. Route 7 near Walmart, Kingwood.
Knights quickly back on the court here as we swing back from those messages. And Preston with a 12-6 advantage, and they want to press that advantage here and try to extend the lead over this pesky University High Hawk squad because you never know when the Hawks might start to find the range, and if they get hot from the perimeter, they can eat that lead in no time.
Murphy with it out front, spins around, finds Ringer. Ringer being guarded closely by Tanner Burnett. Tanner Burnett back into the lineup. He scored a lot of points for University High the last time they were up here, like 13 in the second half. Burnett out front. They also have Caleb Jennings in the ball game too for University High right now. Gives them a little more size underneath. Eccles will fire one up from outside, no good. Tipped around, Vero comes down with the rebound. He's surrounded, gets the ball out. Here comes Ringer into the front court. 12-6, Preston. Vero gets the ball stripped, and they're going to get Vero for a push. And that's his second personal, and that comes at the 6:55 mark in the second period.
And I know Matt felt like he was fouled on the play when the ball came out there. And then as he went after it, you know, he got caught for the retaliation, and that's almost always the case.
Ridgeway with it, gets it out to Burnett. Eccles on the far side right in front of the Castle Crazies. That time Tyler Hart thought he saw an opening between two Knights and just picked up the dribble, walked about 3 steps.
A little indecisiveness there did him in. Another unforced turnover by the Hawks here, and that's holding them down right now. 6.5 to go in first half action. And Preston right now can be very, very patient with the ball, and they're going to do just that.
They get it to Lively. Lively loses the handle on it. University High want to run out the other way, and we're going to get a pushing foul underneath.
Back up court, it looked like Spencer Lively started to make a pass, then thought the better of it. When he changed his mind, it was a little too late. The ball got away from him.
I believe they called that on Richie Ringer. Yeah, they did. Or Jared Ringer, that's his first personal. Now a tie up underneath. Casey Murray along with Eccles.
That'll give the Hawks the ball again under the offensive board. They're going to go quick. Try to get a 3 deep in the corner there. Nothing doing, but they retain possession.
Back down to Ridgeway. Eccles out front with the ball. Burnett wanted to take a shot. Starts into the paint. And they're going to get a second personal foul now on Jared Ringer. No, they change it. Comes back the other way. They call that personal foul on Tanner Burnett. That's his first personal. They got him for an elbow. So that comes off the board. Good for Jared Ringer.
Yeah, our score remains 12-6. Both these teams having a little bit of difficulty here valuing possession of the ball right now.
Black drives it into the paint. He's going to take a little pull-up jumper. It's good. Brandon Black split the defense, got down inside the paint, and just laid one up for 2. Now a little give-and-go action to try to reverse layup by Burnett. No good. Eccles with the rebound. Getting a little chippy underneath. Now that's a personal foul on Jared Ringer. It's his second. So now we have Jared Ringer with 2 and Matt Vera with 2 for the Knights. I believe Caleb Jennings stepped on the out-of-bounds line, gives the ball back to the Knights here with 4:47 remaining.
Apparently put his foot down out of bounds there as he turned to go back down the baseline. 4:40 on a turning first half clock.
Ringer with it out front. He looks for Black. Over to Lively. Lively's going to drive down, shuffles his feet, and he'll be fouled. They get Caleb Jennings with a reach as Lively was taking it to the paint. And he will go to the line at the 4:28 mark here in the second period. Knights up 14-6.
And about the only thing that troubled Spencer Lively in those last 2 regular season games was free throw shooting. He had a little difficulty there. He's got the first one knocked down pretty calmly here. If he keeps that focus and keeps stroking the ball that way, he's going to do fine from the foul stripe tonight.
Warner comes in place of Eccles. And he makes both. Knights up 16-6, 10-point advantage at the 4:25 mark here in the second period. Ridgeway with it out front. Gets it over to Jennings. Over to Burnett. Little taller lineup in there for University High right now.
And Preston extending the zone out just a little farther here, giving the Hawks something to think about as they consider shots from beyond the arc.
Ball out front to Warner. Ridgway looking. He almost took the shot. Now he will take a three. In and out. Rebound Spencer Lively. Here comes the Knights. Black into the front court. Gets it to Ringer. Ringer down on the baseline to Spencer Murphy. Murphy just inside the outer arc for two. And another timeout.
Nice touch by Murphy. Again, extended absence for him, and he's just getting back into the flow of things, and nothing makes that feel any better than to come in there and stroke one on the baseline and nothing but net. So a nice job by Murphy with that shot. Ringer spotted him down there open and passed up an open look at three to give Murphy a chance to get on the scoreboard. 18-6 Preston at the 3:26 mark. Second period action, and Coach Barry Sanders very emphatic about what he wants the Knights to do when they get back on the court here.
Over in the other huddle, Coach Smittle trying to find a way to solve that Preston High matchup zone. They just cannot get inside and get points in the paint where they need. And their three-point shooting so far has not held up for them tonight.
No, and he's asking his guys to stick with the program, don't freelance, do what we drew up in practice, and wait for the shots to come to you. Pretty difficult for a young group like this, you know, as they're trying to buy in and do what the coach wants them to do. But they're putting up shots and not seeing them fall and getting more frustrated every time that happens.
Molinar with the ball. He enters the game for the Hawks. They get a ball screen, give a little give and go. And we're going to get a foul down in the paint on Preston. Call against Brandon Black, his first personal. Team foul number 5 for the Knights. And that's going to send B.J. Warner to the line for University High. Rolls the front of the rim in for one. This is the second. 18-7 Knights. Ringer to Lively, down to Murray on the baseline. They have a trap on him. He kicks it back out to Brandon Black. Black with it, and he is fouled on the far sidelines. They're going to call that personal foul, I believe, on Tanner Molinar, his first personal.
Yeah, Molinar just being aggressive defensively over there, trying to negate the speed of Brandon Black by trapping him on the sideline, maybe getting him to step out of bounds.
Ball all the way down court, inbounds to Ringer. Ringer will bring it across the timeline. University High extending that 2-3 zone out to match up with the guards. They do not want to allow Preston to get off those threes. Brandon Black takes it in the paint, puts a little floater up. Hamperian moved that shot. Down on the other end, Ridgway just out of control, drove down into the paint and lost the handle on the ball. But University High will retain possession as the ball bounces off one of the Knights.
Players flying in every direction. Brandon Black ended up setting against the wall, out of bounds. A lot of contact down there.
Ball goes into Hamperian. It was the ball stripped away from him on the inbounds play. University keeps possession. Molinar sets the offense. Kicks it over to Burnett. Burnett Nice pass down low on the baseline. Warner tried to make a move and was blocked down there. And now Ridgeway picks up a quick foul at the 2-minute mark here in the second period.
Nice move on the baseline, but then Spencer Murphy just closed the door. And that foul was a little bit of frustration coming back the other way.
1 minute, 50 seconds. Black out front, guarded by Burnett. Molinar and Burnett all over Ringer. They flash through the zone. Had Spencer Murphy down low, didn't get it to him. Back out to Black. Knights running a lot of clock. Over to Ringer. Ringer looks down on the baseline. He'll take it down a 10-footer. Murphy crashes the boards. Doesn't get the rebound. Here comes University High. Working hard into the paint, Hamperian, and he's going to get a personal foul called on the Knights. Saw a little opening, and they're going to call that on Spencer Lively, his first personal. Team foul number 6. Hamperian to the line for University High. Makes the first of 2.
Now the Hawks have shot free throws pretty well here tonight. They haven't gotten to the line a lot, but they've made them count.
Second one rolls around the rim real slow and drops down in. 18-9. Preston at the 107 mark of the second period. Over to Brandon Black. Black over to Lively. A lot of pressure coming from University High. All alone down underneath with Spencer Murphy, and Ridgeway had nothing to do but come back and foul.
I'm surprised Ridgeway was just quick enough barely to get there and stop Murphy from scoring that ball. Hawks playing a little bit of a dangerous game right there, trying to press the Knights when the Knights are so adept at press break.
Spencer good on the first. Puts the Knights up by 10, 19-9, with 55 seconds remaining.
Second double-digit lead of the first half here for Preston, and he can extend that out.
Spencer Murphy, a very good free throw shooter. Glad to see him back in the lineup.
Yeah, and Murphy just quietly having a good first half here off the bench. What's he got, about 6 points now, Terry? Or
4.
4 points now. I gave him some free throws somebody else must have gotten. "55 seconds and nothing but intensity in these two huddles."
Low scoring first half, only 20 points put up on the board by the Knights. This is probably one of the lowest scoring quarters or first halves we've seen from them all year.
Well, we're seeing just a little bit of what the local folk like to call berry ball, as the Knights have become more patient as the half has worn on. They played a little transition game there in the first quarter, but when University High couldn't get the lid off the basket early, Coach Sanders got a double-digit lead and then began to kind of slow things down.
Eccles down in the paint, put it up on the glass, and Hamperian come down with the rebound and gets fouled, and will go to the line for University High. That call against Spencer Murphy, his first personal. Team foul number 7. Hamperian up and good. So far, all of his points have come from the free throw line.
Yeah, he gets the Hawks in double figures here with just 43 seconds remaining in the first half. And he's been a lot of their offense here. As you say, Terry, from the stripe. Got them both.
4 for 4 for Jeff Hamperian. Now some pressure on Brandon Black by Molinar. Gets it across the half-court line to Jared Ringer. Ringer into the front court to Lively. Lively spins, tries to find Murphy, and it's stolen by Tyler Hart. Quick hands by Tyler Hart that time.
Knights were pushing just a little bit too hard on that possession. Still had plenty of time on the clock. Maybe could have rotated that ball one more time around the perimeter.
Brandon Black out on Hart. He gets a nice ball screen from Eccles. Takes Brandon Black to the floor. And right at the buzzer, Hamperian will nail a three. So give Jeff Hamperian the final say in this first half. And they close the gap to 20-14 in favor of the Preston Knights.
And who else would you expect but Hamperian, who's been their offense anyway, mostly from the line, but right here, stepping back, rocking a three. That gives them a little bit of momentum as they head off into the locker room. But the Knights still up by a good 7-point margin at 20-14. We'll take a break right here. Thanks, folks, for inviting us into your homes here. Hometown TV will be back with the start of second half action, pardon me, in this Region 1, Section 2 AAA basketball game.
Talk to people who've gotten their collision damage repaired at MCR. They'll tell you their vehicle comes back looking like new. MCR has been making cars and trucks look like new for nearly 30 years now. It's because they do it so well. Whether it's taking care of those little dents and dings or complete collision repair, MCR is the place to call. The number's 329-3033. MCR Collision in Albright. Your car or truck will look like.
When you visit Scott Ford and Schaefer GMC, you're liable to see people from Pennsylvania, other parts of West Virginia, as well as Maryland. And that's because the word is out. Scott Ford not only has a huge selection, makes your best deal, but has great service after the sale. It's as simple as that. When you're looking for a new or used car, truck, or SUV, make it Scott Ford, Schaefer GMC. Route 7 near Walmart, Kingwood. That's
What?
What do you think you're doing now?
I'm going to play soccer.
With who?
With them.
Hi, Doc.
Buck, you need to put my winter treads on, change my brakes, and change my oil. We have to get to the Preston High soccer game tonight.
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
From a simple switch, troubleshooting a problem, a new service, to that backup generator that you'll need in times of emergency, Blake Electric can handle all your electrical needs. They have the experience and knowledge to do it professionally and safely and do the job right the first time. There's been an accident. The emergency has left you with physical trauma and legal issues to deal with. The bills are piling up, and you're overwhelmed. Where do you turn for legal representation?
Hi, I'm Paul Eastep.
And I'm Steve Schaefer.
We're attorneys practicing right here in your home county of Preston.
Centrally located on West Main Street in Kingwood, just across from McDonald's, the offices of Eastep and Schaefer are an easy drive from anywhere in Preston County.
You don't have to go outside Preston County to hire a lawyer with the know-how, the experience, and the knowledge to represent you fairly in a serious personal injury matter. Call us at Eastep and Schaefer at 329-6003 or visit us on the web at www.estepschaferlaw.com.
Hi, Kent with Delano's Furniture Mattress. For over 40 years, our family has been supplying Preston, Mon, and Garrett County with the finest in home stuff. Hi, Kent with Delano's Furniture Mattress. For over 40 years, we've been selling stuff to people, and we...
What he's trying to say is this. Come in and experience the Delano's difference for yourself. Best quality at the lowest price, guaranteed. 2 locations, one in Terre Haute and our showroom in Reedsville. Was that difficult?
The Silver Scissors full-service family hair salon. Open 5 days a week and Saturdays by appointment only. Also offering late evening appointments. From haircuts, perms, color, roller sets, to the latest foiling techniques, stylist Alice Sisler and Nikki Lyons invite you to let your beauty unfold. Stop in and welcome her to her new business location, April Thomas, and schedule your next set of acrylics or relaxing spa pedicure. By calling 864-2826, Stacy will get you on the schedule and we'll take care of the rest. The Silver Scissors, 864-2826.
There's been an accident. The emergency has left you with physical trauma and legal issues to deal with. The bills are piling up, and you're overwhelmed. Where do you turn for legal representation?
Hi, I'm Paul Estep.
And I'm Steve Schaefer.
We're attorneys practicing right here in your home county of Preston.
Centrally located on West Main Street in Kingwood, just across from McDonald's, the offices of Estep and Schaefer are an easy drive from anywhere in Preston County.
You don't have to go outside Preston County to hire a lawyer with the know-how, the experience, and the knowledge to represent you fairly in a serious personal injury matter. Call us at Estep and Schaefer at 329-6003 or visit us on the web at www.estepschaferlaw.com.
We return back to the castle here. Halftime, and the Preston Knights lead the University High Hawks by a score of 20-14. Terry, the Knights started to struggle a little bit with valuing possession of the ball there.
Yeah.
Something like 6 out of the last 9 possessions. Turnovers, mishandled, ones and done. The Knights have got to pick up the pace a little bit, get the tempo back to where it was when they built a good double-digit lead and had the Hawks down, because Jeff Hamperian for University High served notice at the end of the half. The Knights are finding the range now. He hit their first three-pointer of the night deep over there in the far corner to lift them up to 14 points and get them back to within 7 of the Knights. And they're going to come out firing away here at will. And Preston had better be able to answer if they want to stay on top here in this Region 1 Section 2 opener.
Yeah, this just isn't the same team we saw play Bridgeport the other night. We're not getting the ball up and down the floor like we like it to be. This team, they run like horses, and we need to get them out and let them go. Take the reins off, let them play their basketball a little bit in the second half, and get this lead out to about 20 points, and then we can cruise a little bit.
Yeah, the Knights effectively here with what amounts to a good home crowd are not going to have it any easier as they go forward. So they need to get a win here that that is a good quality performance to get this playoff run started. And of course, everybody a little bit tight because you come out in this first game of the postseason and it's win or go home. Get past this game, you've got a little leeway. You can lose and still climb the mountain. You get a second chance. Both these teams know that. Both these teams working hard to try and just get to the next level any way they can. But Preston shouldn't have to struggle that hard. Coming in here the higher seed, playing on their own court, they shouldn't have to struggle against a young University High team that they beat decisively here at home in the regular season.
It's just like we talked about. I think they need to take the reins off of them, let them go a little bit. Jared Ringer has 2 threes. Brandon has 1. We need to get them guys lighten it up from the outside and let Vero and Lively do their thing in the paint, and we'll be all right. We just got to settle into this game in the second half and don't slow it down. I think we need to get out and go a little bit faster pace like we talked about.
Nobody in serious foul trouble really for either squad. Preston, couple of players, Ringer with 2.
Yeah.
That's about the biggest
Vero
deficit.
and Ringer.
Yeah,
with 2.
Vero with 2. Matt Vero can play with 4 fouls and do a good job.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Yeah, we've seen him play in those situations. So, not expected that that's going to be a problem here in the second half. But as we get things ready to go, and about 30 seconds to go before we'll start action here in this second half, Preston just needs to kind of turn this thing back around and get away from the bad habits that they were exhibiting late in the half. University High, on the other hand, they're doing what they need to do, Terry. They need to keep shooting that ball from the perimeter, try to hit a couple threes, draw this in a little closer, and then see if they can make a run. I really think that Preston is just too big and too strong to allow them to do that. In this situation, everybody knows what's on the line. But as this second half wears on, the Hawks are going to become more desperate, and a desperate team is a dangerous team.
We saw that last night in the Kansas WVU game.
Oh, absolutely. And if University High can hit a few here from beyond the arc, it could be a very, very interesting finish.
All right, we're ready to go. Knights will have the ball out of bounds first. They will have first possession. Casey Murray over there to take the ball inbounds. He'll get it into Jared Ringer. And away we go. Second half action underway here at the Castle at Preston High. The one thing we got going for us in this second half, we got all those Castle crazies over there to really help this team out.
Yeah, the Knights in front of their own bench and in front of the Castle crazies. They're going to be on their feet throughout and cheering things on.
University High out in a man-to-man defense. They played mainly zone in that first half. Brandon Black drives the ball down towards the paint, over to Ringer. Ringer on the baseline, lets one go, no good. Both Vero and Lively dive for the ball, going out of bounds, and a ball possession to University High. No points.
Well, the Hawks created a little bit of confusion for Preston by switching out the defense there and going a little more aggressively man.
Tyler Hart out front. He has Hamperian along with Warner in the game. Eccles and Ridgway start out for University High. Eccles with it out front. Now it's University's time to take the air out of the clock. They're content with this, keeping this a close contest. Ridgway back out to Eccles. Now they find an open man down on the baseline, but he's blocked by Brandon Black. That was B.J. Warner, went up for a shot. Black came back for weak side help and got the block. Now the Knights with the ball with possession in their front court. Get the ball down low to Casey Murray, and Murray lays it up for 2.
That nice quick step and the turn into the basket from the right side. Not something we've seen Murray do a lot this season, but when he does it, it's pretty.
A little help from the glass never hurts. Eccles looks out front. Hamperian's wide open, nails it. Bottom of the net. Tanner Burnett. His first tray of the game makes it a 22-17 lead. The Knights up front, working into Lively. Lively has Eccles all over him. He had him wrapped up. Ball went off of Spencer's hand, out of bounds to University High. No call on that.
Spencer Lively here throughout the beginning of this game and up here in the early part of the second half, just having a difficult night.
Another shot from three, no good, but down there on the spot is Ethan Ridgway for two. It's 22-19 as they tighten it up.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's a one-possession contest again, and University hasn't had that since the Knights were up 4-2.
Got a call on Eccles. Jeremy Eccles, that's only his first personal. They caught him down mixing it up with Lively. Black will inbounds from underneath. Gets it out to Murray. Murray to Ringer. They're quick to come over on Murray. Or to Ringer. Black lets one go. Tracked down by Eccles on the baseline. University right back with a quick three.
And the Hawks are doing a good job right now getting to the ball.
Preston not boxing out the way we saw him play against Bridgeport the other night. They're letting guys get around them to get those rebounds.
Then if it's a long rebound along the baseline, the Hawks are running to it much quicker. Preston just a little flat-footed here in the early going second half.
Nice ball screen. Vero comes out on Eccles, shuts that down. Driving into the paint, they get the ball to Hamperian right at the foul line. It's good. Hamperian for two.
That makes it a 22-21 contest midway through the third period. So we turn inside the 4-minute mark, and Ringer brings it over half court.
Vero with it out front. Ringer's going to let one go long off the back iron. And they give the ball out to University High. Knights with a lid on the basket at the start of this second half. They have not scored but 2 points since the opening bell rang here in the second period, or second half. Eccles with the ball for University High. He's going to drive the baseline, lay it up. Ball bounces off the rim. They're going to get Matt Vero for his third personal. We're just a step behind here in the third period, Steve.
Yeah, surprising that Preston would be sluggish at all in this contest.
Out to Ridgway. Ridgway finds Eccles. He's going to let a big shot go. Lively with the rebound, and they finally get a reach called. And they call that on Tyler Hart. First personal on Tyler. As he and Ridgway converged on Spencer Lively. At the 3:20 mark, Preston up 22-21.
Hawks apply token pressure at half court.
Heavy man-to-man pressure by University High. They get the ball to Vero. Vero looking for Lively. Eccles all over him. Eccles a strong young man. He's bodying up heavy on Spencer Lively. Back out to Ringer. It's almost as if they're going to give everyone but Spencer Lively room. That time they get Eccles on a block. It's his second personal. Call on the floor. Ball go out to the Knights. 2:50 to go here in the third period. They get the ball into Ringer. Ringer into Black. They find Vero down in the paint. He's tied up. Possession error goes over to University High. Everything going their way here in the third period.
Knight bench wanted a foul, not going to get the call. And the Hawks with an opportunity here now, Terry, trailing by just one. They can take the lead for the first time all night.
Warner drives down on the baseline. He kicks it back out front to Hart. Over to Eccles. Hamperian with a turnaround. It's blocked. by Brandon Black along with Casey Murray. Knights take the possession across midcourt. 2:07 on a turning clock here in the third period. Murray's going to drive down in the paint, tries to put up a shot, and he will collect a foul.
And Casey Murray right now seems to have about twice the energy of anybody else in a white uniform.
Personal foul against Tyler Hart, his second personal. And Murray goes to the line. Makes the first. It's 2 for 3 so far in this game. And the second.
Two big free throws right there. Preston gets back on track, scoring a couple of points, but just up by 3, 24-21.
Ridgway with the ball. He looks to go down in the paint. He finds a guy down on the baseline wide open. That's B.J. Warner in for 2. Tightens it down to 1, 24-23 with 1:37 on a turning clock. Casey Murray gets at the Ringer. Ringer guarded closely. They converge on him with 2 every time he touches the ball. Back out front to Black. Vero to the high post. Lively being held by Eccles as he tries to get across the paint. Long three-point shot, no good. Vero tips it back up, no good. Off the rim, and a rebound by B.J. Warner, and here comes University High. They had a chance as they got it down to Ridgway on the baseline. He lets it trickle out of bounds to the Knights. But Brandon Black took a big shot in there by Hamperian on the way in. 56 seconds remaining. Ringer with the ball. He's going to drive it all the way down. Looks for Lively. Lively's going to take it now into the paint. Lays it up for 2. Big shot by Spencer Lively with time running out here in the third period. That's the first time Spencer's had a good chance to use his ball skills and get into the paint tonight, Steve.
Yeah, Lively has played a very frustrating game here.
Eccles playing a very physical game against Spencer Lively this evening. He's had him tied up just about at every chance he gets.
Hawks are going to hold for the final shot here. And Preston going to just step back, not let them have anything inside. No cutters to the basket. Clock winding inside 15.
Hart with the ball and a long shot by Eccles right at the buzzer. No good. Out of bounds. And that will end the third period with our Knights up 3, 26-23.
Yeah, this contest getting a whole lot closer than anybody would have guessed going into the locker room at halftime. But a good effort by the Hawks there in the third quarter. Can the Knights hold them off? We'll be back right after these messages to find out the final quarter of action here in the Region 1 Section 2 AAA opening round.
Choose the right path for your real estate needs. Locally owned Mountain Path Properties, LLC in Arthurdale. We provide full real estate services to all of North Central West Virginia. Our professional realtors are equipped to provide clients with the highest standard of service in the industry, and we value the opportunity to assist our neighbors and friends in buying, selling, leasing, or managing all types of property. Mountain Path Properties will even represent the buyer at no cost in any transaction, no matter which real estate company the property is listed with. So, don't just call a number on a sign. Call Mountain Path Properties and get a professional realtor that will work for you. Oh, and if you're thinking of selling your home, call us for a free market analysis to help determine the value of your property today.
Whether your little one has an earache or you simply have a sinus infection, it's urgent that you get the care you need fast. That's why they call them urgent care facilities and not drive 45 minutes to an out-of-area hospital facilities. Fortunately, Preston Memorial Hospital now has an urgent care facility that's open 7 days a week, so all Preston residents can get the immediate attention they need and get better as quickly as possible. Preston Memorial Hospital Urgent Care at the Route 7 Kingwood Pike intersection.
Hi, Kent with Delano's Furniture Mattress. For over 40 years, our family has been supplying Preston, Mon, and Garrett County with the finest in home stuff. Hi, Kent with Delano's Furniture Mattress. For over 40 years, we've been selling stuff to people, and we...
What he's trying to say is this. Come in and experience the Delano's difference for yourself. Best quality at the lowest price, guaranteed. 2 locations, one in Terre Haute and our showroom in Reidsville. Was that difficult?
What? What do you think you're doing now? I'm going to play soccer. With who? With them.
Hi, Doc. Buck, you need to put my winter treads on, change my brakes, and change my oil. We have to get to the Preston High soccer game tonight.
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
One more quarter remaining here in the first round of postseason play, and it's winner take all. They'll put all the marbles on the floor now, and Preston trying on the home court with the higher seed to beat back the advances of a pretty feisty University High Hawk squad, Terry, a young team that came in here not expected to be able to take the pressure of Preston's high-powered offense, but they've done a good job, and Preston has held themselves in check a little bit.
Matt Vera with a big rebound, tried to put it back up and misses a point-blank layup. Not something that he would normally do.
Just the kind of thing that's been happening all night long. A little bit of an eccentric contest, 26-23 Preston.
We get a personal foul against the Knights. They call Brandon Black with his second personal on a reach. Ball out of bounds to University High. Down in the trees, they have nothing to do. They get it back out to Eccles, and we get a 3-second call against University High.
And I'll tell you, down to the right here, Coach Barry Sanders has a grin on his face because he's been calling out to the referee about that for most of the third quarter. And now finally the 3-second call comes.
Finally, we get a foul against Eccles, who has been manhandling Spencer Lively all night. And that's Eccles' third personal foul.
Well, the Hawks knew coming in they'd have to find a way to get Lively out of his game.
Boom! Jared Ringer. Big three-point shot.
That brings the Castle Crazies back to life at the 6:43 mark, 29-23. Preston needs to tighten the screws now defensively if they want to extend this lead. And the Hawks, again, to their credit, they're being very, very patient here, Terry, in the half court.
Tyler Hart on the drive, picks up another personal foul on Brandon Black. It's his third personal. University High will inbounds. Nice shot down on the baseline by B.J. Warner. Tighten things back up. Brandon Black with Ridgway all over him, trying to find Jared Ringer. Over to Vero. Ringer has had the hot hand. Now Lively with a nice little spin move. Lays it up over the iron for two.
31-25 Preston, 5:42, clock winding here in the fourth period.
Things picking up. Business is picking up. Warner with it out front, guarded by Black. Black thought he tipped it off of Warner's leg. Call goes to University High. Eccles out front. He's guarded by Ringer. Down low, we get a man wide open. That's Ridgeway for two. Nice backdoor cut. Ringer with the ball for the Knights at the 4:58 mark.
And University High has been working to try and get that back door throughout the half. J-Rod Ringer with a three.
Another big silky shot by Jared Ringer. Now we're going to have a blocking foul on Spencer Lively as Ridgeway drove the baseline. Spencer just didn't get his feet set quick enough, and they're going to call that every time.
Murray into the lineup. Murphy comes to the side for a breather.
Ball inbounds to Eccles. Eccles way out front. Another long shot off the mark. And a good job by Eccles as he bounces the ball, dives out of bounds and bounces the ball against Lively to retain possession for University High. University High not going to go away. They have the ability to get back in this quickly. Out front, Burnett to Eccles. Eccles going to drive against Murray. Now Hamperian drives in the paint, bounces it around the rim, and it falls in. Hamperian with another deuce. 34-29. Personal foul on Ridgeway. Ethan Ridgeway on a reach. That's his third personal. He's all upset about the call. Coach Joe Smiddle's upset about the call. No one's really.
And the official's doing his best to ignore both of them as he strolls over to the scorer's table.
Has words with Coach Smiddle. Nothing done there, so the Knights will retain right in front of us.
The official wanted a clock adjustment. They put 6 seconds back on the clock, making it 4:20. 34-29.
Now we got a call. We're not sure what's going on here.
Well, there was a little discourse between Coach Barry Sanders and the official. And the official didn't look too happy about it. And then they talked a little more, and both of them came away, I think.
Well, Coach was trying to get a timeout. Coach was trying to get a timeout while Murray was standing here. He couldn't get the ball inbounds. Coach is over there screaming timeout. They thought they'd called 5-second call when they gave him the timeout. And then all that, Eccles is out on the floor. They're having problems, and he's running back to the bench. Not sure what happened with him.
Little matter of miscommunication on both sides. So we're still at 4:20 of the fourth period. Just over halfway home. And it's 34-29. Coach Sanders and the officiating crew getting things straight here as Murray gets ready to inbound this ball for Preston.
Murray, Black, Ringer, Lively, and Vero for the Knights. Get the ball into Black. Black drives all the way down in the paint. Lays it up. Good! Brandon Black off the glass for 2.
36-29 Preston. Hawks
Big
come
shot.
right back.
Right back comes Caleb Jennings for 3. 36-32, 3:58 remaining in this contest. Lively works around the ball screen, down to the paint, throws it up, and he will be fouled.
And Spencer Lively very lucky on that one. Had the ball cleanly knocked loose, and it came right back to him. So he was able to put that up and with the contact get to the line. But he knows he got away with one there.
Lively misses the front of 2. Spencer way below his average so far in this ball game. With 9 points, he will get in double figures before it's over with. Burnett with it down to Ridgeway. Get it into Eccles. Eccles guarded by Vero now. Lively on Hamperian. They get the ball down in the blocks to Hamperian. He doesn't like it, gets it back to Eccles. They finally find Ridgeway on a drive, lays it up for 2. Ethan Ridgeway with his 5th deuce of the ball game.
Ridgeway has just quietly kept University High alive here tonight in the second half.
Now we get a call, an offensive foul. Really not, they call that on Spencer Lively. I did not see that.
Didn't seem like there was much contact there at all. And Lively tagged with his 3rd personal at the 3:01 mark of regulation.
Officials Mark Mayo, Mike Johnson, and Steve Goody. That was Mike Johnson made that call. Ridgeway with the ball for University High. 2:44 remaining in this ball game. Eccles a long 3, nails it. Tie ball game. Jeremy Eccles, a big 3-point shot.
And just when you thought the Knights were going to push ahead there, University High right back in it with good shooting off the perimeter.
Now Spencer with a turnaround, no good. Rebound University. Hamperian down with the rebound. He gets it to Eccles. He's going to walk it across the timeline. 2 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the 4th period.
And now it's the Hawks who are going to be extremely patient here in the half court. Hamperian is dying to get another backdoor cut on Matt Vero.
Eccles guarded closely by Black. They get it down to Burnett. Back out to Ridgeway out front. Eccles cuts through, nothing there. Burnett going to take a drive. He gets it down to Hamperian. He moves the ball into the paint, and they're going to get him, it appears, for an offensive foul.
Yeah, Jared Ringer ended up on his backside.
That's Hamperian's 3rd personal.
That comes with 1:40 on the clock, and now the Hawks are going to apply pressure.
Get the ball into Casey Murray.
Yeah, Murray did a nice job coming back to help out there when the press got on.
Eccles almost with the steal.
Well, he got the ball away from Spencer Lively, and then he just drove it out of bounds, fortunately for Preston.
1:30 remaining. They get the ball into Ringer. Ringer guarded closely by Burnett. Now we get a call against Brandon Black.
Brandon Black set a pick for Jared Ringer. Ringer drove around him. Black just standing there, takes the contact, and is called for the foul. And he comes over and looks at Coach Barry Sanders and says, I don't know what happened. Pleasantries exchanged by Coach Sanders and the officials once again. And a timeout at the 1:26 mark, all tied at 37.
Wow, we did not expect this.
Preston with 16 fouls in the bonus. University High with 18 fouls in the bonus. And we've got a real Donnybrook here for the last minute and 26 seconds of this first round of postseason play. University High not going quietly into the winter night here, as had been expected. Hey, folks, if it's any kind of a sign of things to come, no matter who wins these early round games, going to be a heck of a run to the state tournament in Charleston. This would be a major upset.
Yes, it would. 1 minute, 26 seconds remaining in this game. University High will have the ball out of bounds with possession. Burnett will inbounds to Tyler Hart. They're going to work some time off the clock. If I know Joe Smittle, he'd wait to the last second if he could.
Vero nearly got the ball stripped away on the far side there, tried to rattle it loose.
Knights in a man-to-man defense, trying to put pressure on the Hawks. Tyler Hart with the ball, gets it to Burnett.
We go under a minute now, and they have the ball all the way back out near midcourt.
They get it over to Tyler Hart. Hart back to Burnett. Casey Murray on him. They are waiting for the last second shot. Black reaches in, and they're going to get him with a foul, and that's his 5th personal foul.
Brandon Black, with a stern look on his face, he'll come to the near side, pound the floor in frustration, and he is done.
And that's
perhaps for good here at Preston High.
That's going to put Tyler Hart to the line. With 42 seconds remaining, in comes Spencer Murphy to replace Brandon Black, who's now on the end of the bench. Big free throws coming up for the Hawks. Misses it. Rebound, Vero.
And now it's the Knights who can be somewhat patient here. Got to make sure they clamp down on this ball. Don't do anything silly with it.
Get the ball to Ringer. Ringer driving around. He's looking for Murray and a timeout.
Yeah, we get
Preston.
it down to 16.4 seconds, and Preston will take the break here. All knotted at 37. Knights can inbound it, have an opportunity to run this down to a final shot, or maybe get something quick and sneaky and get the lead, then try to hang on. Castle Crazy's fully on board now, trying to bring this one home. Oh, what a game here in the Castle. Terry Cochran and I have been entertained all season long bringing you these contests, and we thank you for inviting Hometown TV into your homes with coverage of the Preston Knights. And now, what better than a tie game, 16 seconds on the clock. And with the game on the line, the Knights trying to bring their best and continue on in postseason play.
Murray will inbounds right in front of us. He's got Ringer, Murphy, Vero, and Lively in the game. 15 seconds. Burnett pulls out. They get it to Murray. Murray takes another timeout with 4.6 seconds. Not what coach wanted.
Murray with two defenders and a third descending on him, and no help.
They're talking about putting time back on the clock, but I believe it's going to stay right where it's at 4.6 seconds. Coach was trying to get him to get it back up to 6. So now it's a quick throw in, and they're going to have to get a shot off. So they got to look for a ball screen, try to get Jared Ringer open, or get the ball deep into Murray, Lively, or Vero.
Now Spencer Murphy might be a good option here too. He can hit it.
Get it into Lively. Lively drives down. He has 2 people on him. They steal the ball, long shot, and we're going into overtime.
All right, the Knights trying to put it in the hands of Spencer Murphy, and that time the Hawks, equal to the task, got it stripped away. Had they had more time on the clock, Preston could have been in real trouble right there, Terry. The Hawks doing the best they could to just chuck one up before the buzzer sounded, but they have fought their way back into this 37-37, and we're going to overtime in the Castle just momentarily, a 4-minute overtime as these 2 teams huddle and get ready to go.
Why does this remind me so much of that WVU
Kansas
game last night?
Don't say that. Don't say that. That
Wow.
did not turn out well for the folks in this area. But Preston going to come off the bench here with 5 of their best. Brandon Black, the only Knight fouled out at this point, he is done for the evening. And I think you'd have to say right now that a desperate University High team became just what we thought they would. They became a dangerous University High team. They were able to hit some shots from the perimeter there in the fourth quarter, kept themselves in the game, got it tied up, and Preston has just kind of shot themselves in the foot a few times here with mishandled passes, loose balls, and mistakes. Going to have to put that behind them now. Try to get this job done as University High will come away with the first possession of the overtime.
Ridgeway out front with the ball to Eccles. Eccles guarded by Ringer. Get it over to Molinar. Long shot from the baseline. Rebound, Vero. Vero to Murray. Murray handles the ball to Ringer. They've got full court pressure all the way down the floor on the Knights. They get it to Murray. Murray driving down. He's going to take it all the way to the hole. Lays it up off the rim. No good. And we get a blocking foul. Nice job by Casey Murray. Recognized he had 1-on-1. Drove it to the paint. And gets fouled. Goes to the line.
And again, Murray has been the lifeblood of the Preston offense when things have gotten tough.
First shot in and good. Gives the Knights a 1-point lead. Second shot is good by Casey Murray. Puts the Knights up to 39-37.
And Coach Barry Sanders can be heard exhorting that team out there, you've got to play defense now.
Eccles drives into the paint. Ringer falls down. They wanted a charge, didn't get it. Back out front to Hamperian. He drives into the paint. All alone is Eccles on the baseline. Misses it. Rebound strong down there by Murphy. Murphy gets it stripped away. A scramble on the floor. We're waiting for a call. They call a jump ball finally. I thought they were going to call a foul, but the possession error is in favor of the Knights. What a scrum down there.
Casey Murray came out of the pack down there and pointed down the floor. He said, that's our ball, sir, and we want it now.
All right, now they're trying to get the ball inbounds to get it to Ringer. Ringer guarded closely by Ridgeway, and now Molinar. They get it to Murphy. Murphy not sure what to do with it. He gets it to Murray. Murray looking for Lively. They get it to him. Lively down on the baseline. He goes up strong against the glass. University High fighting hard. Eccles gets fouled on the baseline.
Two minutes, 35 seconds remaining in the first overtime. 39-37 Preston. And Eccles steps to the line here with some big free throws for the Hawks. First one up and good. He'll have one more coming, and the Knights on point here. Need to rebound a miss and get this ball in transition.
Eccles misses his second. Ball's tapped out. Should be to Preston. Ball goes over to Preston. Lively will inbounds. Full court pressure by University High. They get it into Murphy. Murphy drives it down. Get it to Lively. Lively looks at Eccles. He takes it around him. Out to Murphy. Murphy from the foul line. Lays it up and good! Spencer Murphy with a big deuce.
41-38, Preston by 3 now.
Now a steal by the Knights. Murphy has it, gets it to Jared Ringer.
Ringer clears the timeline, turns around. Contact made, and he's going to the line.
Personal foul on Tanner Molinar, his second. 1:54 remaining in the game. Knights up 41-38 in overtime here at the Castle.
Trying to keep the postseason dream alive. Jared Ringer. Rattles it in and back out. He'll have one more.
Unbelievably, this is his first time at the line tonight. Usually,
well, that is unbelievable because the amount of contact that the Preston backcourt has had to endure.
Second one up and good. 42-38. Here comes Eccles. University High is going to be forced to put it up quickly.
Yeah, two-possession contest now. They're going to look for something.
Jennings drives hard, backs it out, takes a shot, no good. Vero with the rebound. They surround him, they get it to Murray. Murray to Ringer. 1:35 on a turning clock in the fourth period. Molinar all over Ringer. Looking for a ball screen, nothing there. Almost the steal by Jennings. Murray gets his handle on it. Now they do turn it over, but back to Vero, lays it up, good! Matt Vero with a big deuce.
1:11 on the clock now as the Hawks go back to work, and they're going to call for a timeout.
The game finally gets.
Choose the right path for your real estate needs. Locally owned Mountain Path Properties, LLC in Arthurdale. We provide full real estate services to all of North Central West Virginia. Our professional realtors are equipped to provide clients with the highest standard of service in the industry, and we value the opportunity to assist our neighbors and friends in buying, selling, leasing, or managing all types of property. Mountain Path Properties will even represent the buyer at no cost in any transaction, no matter which real estate company the property is listed with. So, don't just call a number on a sign. Call Mountain Path Properties and get a professional realtor that will work for you. Oh, and if you're thinking of selling your home, call us for a free market analysis to help determine the value of your property today.
Whether your little one has an earache or you simply have a sinus infection, it's urgent that you get the care you need fast. That's why they call them urgent care facilities and not drive 45 minutes to an out-of-area hospital facilities. Fortunately, Preston Memorial Hospital now has an urgent care facility that's open 7 days a week, so all Preston residents can get the immediate attention they need and get better as quickly as possible. Preston Memorial Hospital Urgent Care at the Route 7 Kingwood Park.
Back in the castle for the Mountain Digital post-game report. Steve Blake and Perry Cochran, and here on this 4th day of March 2015, a great season comes to a head when the Preston Knights get into postseason play and nearly have it stolen from them before they right the ship by a feisty University High Hawk team. Reminiscent of the first game of the season, and what can you say? The Hawks deserve credit for coming in here, Terry, playing very hard, very fast and loose, and very aggressive defense to give the Knights all they could handle for 4 quarters and an overtime before Preston pulls away to pick up the victory.
Well, Coach Joe Smith had them fired up, and they were ready to play this ball game. There's no doubt about that. And you got to give all the credit in the world to those starters for University High this season. They did a really nice job, Ridgeway, Burnett, all the guys. The guy I thought played the best for them tonight was Jeremy Eccles. He was all over Spencer Lively, kept him off the boards tonight, and had some big points of his own this evening. So I had him down for 7 points. Their leading scorer was Jeff Hamperian.
Hamperian kept them in this contest when they couldn't buy a basket. Jeff Hamperian kept the University High Hawks going with shot after shot and play after play. He was big on both ends of the court, and he did a good job just keeping them close. And then they reeled the Knights in, got it to overtime, and Preston, fortunately, able to pull it away.
Yeah, and as usual, when we put 3 guys in double figures, you can usually say we can pull this game out. We finally got our 3rd guy in double figures right at the last second of this ball game. Jared Ringer led all scorers tonight with 14. Another great game by that young man. Spencer Lively comes back with 10, and right behind him, Casey Murray. Big game for Casey Murray.
Casey Murray was huge tonight for Preston. Ably assisted, got some breathing room tonight. Spencer Murphy also in off the bench after an extended absence, and he came back, hit a couple of key shots at big moments, played great defense, snagged some important rebounds off the defensive boards, and kept the Knights afloat. Murray fittingly puts the end to it, the exclamation point on it in overtime, and he deserves that because his play tonight was just a step above everybody else's as far as energy, enthusiasm, maybe not enthusiasm, but energy and performance tonight. I thought Casey Murray was the man who really exemplified Preston Knights' spirit and was able to get this win and cement it for the Knights and move them into 2nd round action. Who will that be against? We don't know yet. John Marshall and Morgantown yet to play. Due to the weather delay, we'll find that out tomorrow. And then next Tuesday evening, I'm going to say more than likely, Preston will travel to Morgantown to take on the Mohegans. But if this game doesn't prove anything else, it's proven that this year the underdog can come up big. The Hawks did it here. The Knights able to pull out the victory. And John Marshall sneaked down here in the midst of a snowstorm, get one against Morgantown High. Folks, that might be a game worth going to town to watch tomorrow night, even if you have to take the snowstorm. All right, well, that's it for now. Your hometown TV station is going to pack it up. Get ready to find out where we head next as the Knights will move on to the 2nd round of sectional play here and try to punch their ticket to the Big Dance in Charleston. Hope they can do it. Hope you can go along for the ride. We're delighted to bring you this delayed television coverage right here on your hometown TV station, and we'll bring you more when the Knights are on the court next. But till then, very good night.